Have you ever wanted to have the ability to control people's minds, to just manipulate them and get them to do everything you wanted? Maybe that's a little creepy, so let's back off for a second. Maybe you want just the ability to control how people perceive you. Wouldn't that be nice? What they think about you, always making a good impression, a first impression. When you go into a negotiating room, you're doing business. When you're trying to hire an employee, when you're trying to apply yourself to get a job, when you're trying to have a romantic partner situations with one person or multiple people, maybe you want to learn to control that perception. Well, this superpower exists, all right? It's something that's been studied in underground laboratories of people on the internet for many, many, many years. It doesn't exist in the real world academically, but we've studied it in our lives. I've actually went out for 16 years and I practiced this every day with people that I knew, people I didn't know, I learned from, I experienced it, incorporated it. It's called frame control. And I have the real world tangible results to explain this to you and how it works today, so you can get this installed into your personality, your understanding, your belief, and get superpower results to get anybody to do what you want, when you want them to do it, anytime, place, situation of the day, place you walk into, person, whether you know them or not. So this is more than just making a good first impression where people think, oh yeah, that guy's cool, he's pretty cool. It's more than that. Frame control is when you can actually go into an unknown situation and get people to do what you want them to do. It's the ability to handle conflicts when a fight rises up and you guys don't agree on stuff, handling that. Without frame control, you're always gonna be a step behind. You're gonna be trying to do things or say things in social situations and lose because you're like, hey, I'm doing my best effort, but it's not going somewhere. With the wrong frame, it doesn't matter what you do, you are going to fail. Let me give you an example of frame control, what it looks like in real life. Imagine you're going into a store and you want to buy a TV, okay? And it's the last TV that's on the shelf. It's the one you've been looking for. You know exactly the specs of it and everything. It's a 42-inch LCD TV. You walk in there and you say to the guy, hey, can I get this TV? He can charge you whatever he wants in the price because it's the last one. He can charge whatever amount he wants. He can make it double the price. And now you're screwed. You can't negotiate a deal there. But for example, you walk in and there's 100 TVs. Well, he's got too many TVs. He needs to get rid of them, get them off of his hands. And so he's gonna give you whatever price he can to get rid of the TVs. That's called the buyer frame versus the seller frame. And the buyer is a person who's like, take it or leave it. I don't really care. It'll happen if it happens. It's meant to be. When it's meant to be, it's meant to be. The seller is the person who's too eager. So if you go into a life situation, even a dating situation, and the person that you're dating feels like they have too many options, like you're not special, like there's nothing important about you, they can replace you any day, then you're gonna be begging that person to go on a date. And a lot of people are. They say, I'm gonna take you to the best restaurant, I'm gonna pick you up in a nice car, I'm gonna do all this for a person they have not even met yet on the internet. That's the seller frame. Versus saying, hey, let's come hang out. I'm a very busy person. I got a lot of things going on in my life. I don't have a lot of time to schedule for people that I know, even my friends. But if you wanna meet me, you have to come join me doing what I'm already doing in my life. And that would be what? The buyer frame. That's a stronger frame to have because both situations would be somebody come hang out with you, but the frame of the situation, the way the situation is positioned in their mind makes a huge difference. The frame is gonna control everything. It doesn't matter how good your verbals are, doesn't matter how good your body language is, doesn't matter how good your eye contact is, doesn't matter how good your voice tone is. All of it doesn't matter if the frame is off. The frame is what controls everything. You can learn as many tactics as you want, but with a bad frame, you cannot win. Right? Another frame that you can understand is the prize frame. What is the prize? Well, the prize frame is when you meet people, and rather than just being excited to meet them, hey, what's your name? What are you doing? How old are you? Where are you going to school? What are you passionate about? You take on the idea that you have some value to offer them. Think about it in your life, what value can you offer new people? Maybe you have an amazing skill. Maybe you're good at the language. Maybe you can travel. Maybe you can help people financially. Maybe you're a personal trainer. Maybe you just worked on yourself. You have a lot of value in the world. So in some ways, you are a little bit of a prize. You're not starting from 0 when you meet somebody. They are starting at 100 and you are starting at 100 on an equal pedestal. So if you are the prize and they're the prize, you come into it on an equal playing field. And maybe you gotta start asking them questions instead of like the regular boring questions. Ask them questions to see if they would be an asset to your life and if you would be an asset to their life. Hey, what are you working on in your life right now? What's exciting? What do you got going on? Okay, cool. Do you need some help with that? Here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm working on. Have you ever met a guy like me before? Have you ever dated a guy like me before? You know, do you have high status friends that you hang out with? Et cetera, et cetera. You find out if you can add value to them and they can add value to you. but not from a they're higher than me and I'm low mentality, but from we're on an equal level. The mentality changes everything. Makes all the subtle things that you do that much more powerful. One frame that's gonna hurt you tremendously when it comes to meeting people is the nice guy frame. It gets you nowhere because you're gonna be asking them stupid questions, you're gonna be doing whatever they wanna do, you're gonna be saying yes to things you don't wanna say yes to, you're gonna be really nice to people that are disrespecting you and not giving you any respect. That nice guy frame doesn't get you anywhere because ultimately it says, hey, I'm a weasel. I will do whatever you want to make you like me. And because you're doing that, you're compromising on your own values. That frame never works because people cannot trust you to be who you are. They cannot trust you to be authentic. Who do you want next to you? If it was in the war, right? You're in the trenches. Do you want somebody who's just nice and agreeable all the time? Or do you want the person who sometimes says no and tells you the truth for what it is? I want that person beside me. That's why the nice guy frame will always lose because no one can trust you on moments when it's important because they know you're not being true to yourself. So remember, mastering frames is a delicate balance. It takes intelligence, it takes knowledge, information, experience, and maybe you need somebody to mentor you through that. That would be a good idea. I recommend getting mentors. I've had tons of mentors in my life. I had mentors on conversation, mentors on business. Actually hired Tony Robbins' ex-sales coach. I had mentors on health. I had tons of mentors. You can film the dog if you want. That's pretty cute. I had tons of mentors, okay? So if you want mentors, highly invest in them. No one that's ever gotten a mentor has felt bad about it. They usually are happy about it because they get the money back in one way or another when they eventually level up. If you want me to mentor you on this, I actually have a program that's available. It's called Conversation Mastery. You can learn from me in the comfort of your home and get mentored on frames and know how to do frames correctly. And most importantly, where you're making mistakes in your life and why your life sucks. Why you don't have the romantic relationships you want. Why you don't have the friendships you want. Why you don't have the business control and partnerships that you want. Because it's all in your frames. Even your sales could be bad because your frames are wrong. So if you want to get the program, it's available for a limited time. We're taking off the market in a few weeks, actually, because I'm doing something else after that. But my 16 years of information is in this program. Link down below in the description. Click it, check it out. You will not be dissatisfied. 100% money back guarantee. Everybody that's gotten it is very happy about it, and I'm proud of it as well, I might say. If you want to see more information, click the link. Be happy you did. That's it for now. Let's keep rocking. More videos coming up here. Cheers.